Good morning guys and welcome from Animal Kingdom. It is the morning and I'm super tired, but we have gotten here at Animal Kingdom. We kind of realized we're a little bit later in the day than we were supposed to be, so everything is kind of 2-3 hours wait time. So we're gonna walk around for a while and then maybe come back another day. The 29th we have the extra hours, so I think we're gonna go back then. But yeah, this is welcome from Animal Kingdom. Good morning. I hope you have an awesome day.
Can you see the hippo underneath the water? Isn't that cute? Well, this was all things you could walk through. You didn't have to stand in line to get to see all of these kind of animals, but it was kind of a line. You have a little safari thing you walked through, so it took a little while. I did get more footage than this, however a lot of them I can't post because there were so many people in the way, so you can't really see anything. But it was a lot of fun to walk through, and I do recommend going here because all the animals have a lot of vegetation around them. They seem to feel real good. It seemed to be like giving them a real home. So I really enjoyed this zoo. Overall, it was super cool. So Animal Kingdom, I do recommend it. I will definitely return because it was super fun. And yeah, we found one of the duckies. Yeah, I had to show you the ducky.
Well guys, we're back at the hotel. It was really crowded at Animal Kingdom. I want to say Animal Planet, but Animal Kingdom today. So we walked in every place except the Pandora place, because when we got in the park, we tried to go a special way there, and like, yeah, they have closed there. They're just having an exit there because there were too many people in Pandora. So we decided not to go in there among all the people. Instead, as I think I said this morning, we are going to go in a couple of days when they have extra magic hours, because then we're just competing with the resort people. So we decided that. But we walked around a little bit. We did a couple of the kind of walking tours you can do, which was pretty nice. We stopped by one of the dinosaur places and it had a BLT with chicken, which was really good actually. I don't know if I'm just very hungry all the time and that's why I think everything is so good right now, but everything is tasting so good. Then we walked back and took the bus here. So we've been in the hotel room for like an hour, about an hour. I have a lot of pain in my left foot. It's just getting worse, so we decided to take a half day today. We probably will go into Epcot later in the afternoon for food, but that's about it. That's the nice thing about having the park hopper tickets. You don't really have to decide your full plan ahead, and we can go and eat in all of the little stands out and about in Epcot, so that's pretty nice. I promised one of you, the names just slipped my brain, to show you how I take care of the excess fabric when I'm stitching in my 8-inch frame. So that is what I'm going to do right now. Here is my stitching and my frame. I'm gonna remove the strap. So what I'm doing, I have rolled up the fabric at a triangle. So I have the fabric goes in like this. I roll it up and then I just roll it in on both sides like this. And then I just use my frame cover to hold it in place. So that's basically how I do it. Even when I have stitches, I do it this way. It's a little bit more cumbersome when you have a lot of stitching. On Wrath, I have a lot of stitching, so that is a little bit harder to roll up, but that's how I do it. For Wrath, I actually have an extra large one of these, so that I have more space to hide the fabric in. But yeah, that's how I do it. It is time for me to head to bed. After spending our morning at Animal Kingdom and then doing a little bit of stitching, I continued doing a little bit more stitching. We've been resting a little bit more today. We're trying to give my foot a little bit of not so much weight on it. So we stayed by the hotel today. We went down to the pool. Surprisingly cold in the pool water, but I think it is because it's so warm in the air. The kind of comparison to the water makes the water feel cold. However, they do have a spa and a sort of like a warm bubble pool or jacuzzi or whatever it's called. So we dipped into one of those, trying to get all the muscles all soft and nice, and yeah. And then we headed back up here. We watched some more Harry Potter. The channel USA have been having Harry Potter marathons, and they've been showing a couple of episodes or a couple of films a day, but in a way that if you watch the movies at like 8 o'clock the past week or some, you could see one movie every day and come to the end of the at the end of the week, which was today, was the last of them, and they have been without commercials, which has been super nice. But at the same time, they've been having the rest of the movies like 2 or 3 before. So today was the last one, so then it has the next to last one and so on the morning. Yesterday it was the next to last one, and then was the next to last one that was before. And yeah, so you could basically just sit and watch all of them. So it's been nice. We've been watching Harry Potter, and then we went to back to Epcot. Today's dinner ended up being a Christmas jewel log for dessert, my last dessert of this trip. Come to that. But for dinner, I had some from the American Pavilion, from the holiday booths. That is what we've been eating from today, and we have the turkey with gravy and mashed potatoes. It was really good. Stuffing, I think, was on there, and green beans. However, Christopher got to eat the green beans because I don't eat them. And we got one each. It's just like a little bit. It's not a full meal, but I knew I would have the jewel log, so for me it was okay. Christopher picked up in the Morocco Pavilion, also in the holiday one, a lamb kebab sort of thing, which was okay. Yeah, and I had the jewel log, and I had that from the Japanese pavilion, because it was the green tea jewel log. And this is the strange thing. All of this food we ate today, even the turkey and gravy, feels very Swedish. For me, the American food has been the fish and chips, the fries, the burgers, the steaks. We eat a lot of fish, and Christopher eats a lot of shrimps and stuff like that when we are here. So for us, that is the American food. But the whole, even all of the different countries, because Sweden have a lot of different food from a lot of different places, we have a tendency to eat this food. Like the lamb kebab is something that is it's very easy to find back home. The turkey was probably the most exotic, but the jewel log, we call it rulltårta, which is basically rolled cake. very simple. That is actually the direct translation, rolled cake. And that is a very, very kind of common thing to have together with what we call fika, which is like coffee. We have a very big culture of coffee in Sweden. Growing up with my grandparents, you have the go up at 7 o'clock, then you have coffee at 9, then you have lunch at 11, then you have coffee at 1, or yeah, it might be switched to 1, like breakfast, coffee at 11, lunch at 1, coffee at 3, dinner at 5, and then coffee at 7. So like fika. So that is very usual, and in the case of my grandparents, they always have something to eat to it. May it be the rolled cake, the julag, or muffins, or like cupcakes without the glaze on them, or cinnamon buns, always buns, all of the different buns. But yeah, so the julag for me wasn't something special. It tasted like a julag. It tasted like my grandma's julag, or rolled cakes. So yeah, it was kind of strange to kind of realize that this is the food we actually eat on a regular basis at home, and we get to go to a place like this to eat it. So yeah. However, we do realize one thing, and that is it's super hard to find a salad at Epcot. We're trying. I approximate probably around 10 kilos. We'll see when I get home. It can be much more. So I really have put on weight on this trip, which means that I need to go on a strict diet because my body doesn't really like me being a little bit overweight. But so we decided, I decided to actually go into the diet a little bit earlier. So that means I need to find like salads or smoothies or something. And then when I talk about smoothies, I mean pure fruit smoothies, no sugar, extra sugar in them in any case, way or shape, no milk products, no nothing. Just finding something like that, and I don't know, it's hard to find, especially around Disney, but I think I have to just look a little bit harder. But yeah, I have talked your ears off, so I'm gonna head to bed instead, and tomorrow we're heading to Hollywood Studios. That's the place, Hollywood Studios. So good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite.